and welcome to Women's Zed Bola Show, a show that gives you the best update and content with regards to Zambian women's football in the land. Well, the countdown came crashing on Friday evening around 19 hours, where the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco were hosted by the Copper Queens here in Dola at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium. I am your host, Wupe Jenny. Before we could get into what we have for you this week, let's pay some bills with the words from our today's sponsors. Are you visiting Chifobo for the first time and looking for a place to chill for a drink, watch some football matches, either European or local football? Well, search no more. So Good Pub and Grill has you covered with a nice bar, beer garden, and pool table. We also have a restaurant where we serve you the best meals as well as a grocery for all groceries needed. We are situated off at the corner of Mango and Towela Street next to Totri. Come one, come all, for all these at one place with no inconvenience. Come and visit us. We are open from 06 hours just to give a review of the final round Olympic qualifier first leg. Well, Morocco scored in the dying minutes of the first half. Then later on, after they came back, Zambia scored to equalize through Rusho Mwemba's fine header. When the Copper Queens was having much of the ball, Morocco scored again, stopped deep in two, taking it to 2-1. With that much being said, I will be joined by my analyst of today, who is Mo Kawumba, to give an expert analysis on the games. Mo Kawumba, welcome to the show, and how are you?
Thank you so much, Jenny, and of course it's always a great pleasure being here on the show with you.
I could love to hear your sentiment on the previous game between Zambia and Morocco.
I think it was a tough game, I should say, looking at how we played and looking at how our opponents also fared in that game. I believe it was a game that Zambia should have won, especially in the first half, because looking at how we started like a house on fire. In the early minutes, within 3 minutes, we created a chance that we should have scored. But of course, football being the way it is, it's a game of chances. You create chances, and when you fail to convert them, usually the ending result is always like that. But I think for me, there are just some few areas that I feel our technical bench really needs to work on. And the way we play as a country, I think it's very easy for opponents to even know our tactics and, of course, prepare accordingly, because they always know to say Zambia is their style of play. They always play like this. But I think if we can have maybe another option, it will actually be better for us.
All right, I'm coming back with another question. Seeing that Zambia will be facing Morocco tomorrow, and the game will be around, I think in their country it will be 20, but here it will be somewhere 22. Do you think Zambia have what it takes to beat Morocco at this time?
I think we have the players that can be able to deliver. If Morocco came here and they managed to win, then it simply means even us can go there and win. Yes, I would obviously say Zambia still stands a chance to qualify, because when you look at the players that we have, the likes of Rachel Kundananji, you talk about Barbara Banda, you talk about Priska Chulufi. I think we have enough ammunitions that can go and deliver even out there in Morocco. I think we've done it before. Let me take you back. I think the last time that we played Morocco, the first game, it was a friendly, we won 2-0. And the second game, we also won 6-2. So that simply tells you to say, of course, we still have, I think, a huge chance, provided that the technical bench just does, I think, the services of the likes of Susan Banda, and of course, not forgetting Everin Susan Katongo, because that midfield, I think, for me, was not functioning as the way it is supposed to. So I just hope going into the second leg, the coach will probably make the right decision, put the right players, and of course, we'll be able to carry maximum points.
Okay, so previously Zambia did beat Ghana, knocking them out, right?
Yeah.
On a 4-3 aggregate. And then they have to book a slot with Morocco, which is still going on right now. In which angles do you think they should work the most? It could be that they need to work together, cooperate as a team, and ABCDZ there. So where do you think they should work on exactly as they will be facing Morocco tomorrow?
I think one area of interest is that the goalkeeping department. You can obviously see the goals that we conceded. I think for me, if we had probably a goalkeeper with much experience at that level, probably those goals shouldn't even have been scored. But apart from the goalkeeping department, maybe a number 6, someone who will be able to protect that back line, obviously, and also probably someone who will be able to do the donkey work in the middle of the park, because mostly games are won and lost in the middle of the park. Like I mentioned, to say mostly the main reason why we lost that game was because we didn't have the services of Susan Banda and of course Evelyn Susan Katongo, because these players, they are able to orchestrate the midfield very well. So that's why I said probably if going into the second leg, if the coach can probably employ players who will be able to do the donkey work in the middle of the park, then I think Zambia should be able to carry maximum points.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming through. Your analysis is highly appreciated. Hoping to have you again.
No, it's always a pleasure, and of course our doors are always open.
All right. Sure. So there you have it, viewers. We all know that the slot to Paris qualifiers is at stake if Zambia does not beat Morocco in tomorrow's game. In addition, Zambia left for their comeback mission on Saturday around 13 hours at Simon Mwasaka Pwepo International Airport via Ethiopian Airlines, where they landed at the middle of the night. Well, with that being regulated, we now come to the end of our show. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Bola Yakumweso. On behalf of my crew, Bola Yakumweso, I'm your host, Papa Jenny, saying goodbye and